Hello guys and gals, Buffalo here. This is kind of a continuation of the slug testing that we've been doing in the TriStar Viper G2 shotgun, the 410 bore semi-automatic. Fabulous little shotgun. Got a couple of meat targets, kind of Paul Harrell style meat targets. Got some pork ribs on the front, pork ribs on the back. Got a full bag of oranges in between the ribs to kind of assimilate lung tissue or organ tissue, whatever. Same thing over here. Now I get a lot of questions from guys who deer hunt with the 410 slugs. Now I've said it before in other videos, I don't deer hunt with 410 slugs. I've got a lot of other choices, but if that's the only shotgun you've got and you're only allowed to use shotguns and 410 is legal in your state, then I can see why you might want to use it. We've been testing the Remington rifled slugs and the Brenneke slugs. I've got 2 videos posted, one on each of these, on the velocity and accuracy that I was able to get with the Foster slugs. We averaged 1,769 feet per second. These are a 1/5 ounce slug. See the little slug here? This is the actual projectile that I just knocked off the table. With the Brenneke slugs, we averaged 1,750 feet per second, and these are 1/4 ounce slugs. With the Remingtons, I was only able to get about a 6-inch group at 50 yards. And with the Brennekes, I was able to get a 2.5-inch group at 50 yards. The Brennekes also cycled much better in the TriStar Viper over here. So today we want to see, we know our velocities, we know our accuracy, so we want to see the terminal performance. So that's why I set these meat targets up. So let's go ahead, we'll shoot the Brenneke first. I've got a layer of denim. We all know deer wear blue jeans, right? Actually, just kind of simulate maybe some skin there that we'll put over it, and we'll do the same with the other meat target when we shoot the Remington slug into it. And we'll see how these slugs react when they hit a target or when they hit a game animal, whether it be a deer or a coyote or whatever. We'll get some idea of how these slugs react. Now this is not a perfect test, obviously. I always get comments anytime I do a test that I should have done this, should have done that. Well, once I post the video, I can't go back and change anything, so it is what it is. Take it for what it's worth, and let's go ahead and get this party started. Okay, so I was going to do this at 50 yards, but since I've only got the 2 meat targets, I don't want to take a chance at clipping it and messing it up, which I still might do anyway. But I decided to get back here at the 20-yard line and just pop these at 20 yards. Now this is meant to be for hunting. A lot of people, like I said, want to hunt with this cartridge. So not a home defense type of a range, but more of a hunting type of a range. 20 yards should give us sufficient results and still allow me to have a fair chance of putting it squarely in the middle of that meat target. With the accuracy I was getting at 50 yards, especially with the Remingtons, I'm not so confident that I could put that right where I need to put it. So up first, the Brenneke. I've got the denim on the front of the target there. Try to get down here where I'm shooting level with the target. All right, so before we take a look at that, we'll go ahead and set up and shoot the Foster slug, the Remington slug, into the other meat target. Okay, so I went down and switched the downrange camera to the other side of the table, and we're going to shoot the Foster slug now into the other meat target. Trying to get myself at the proper angle here. All right, so let's go have a look. Okay guys, now we're going to cut these targets open and take a look at them. But first, I wanted to show you guys what happened here with the Brenneke. Here's my hole in the skin, and it went through the ribs. Ribs are broken, and it came out. It came right along through here, and I just missed the back ribs. It just grazed the top of this rib, and it went completely through and through both jugs of water. So you're talking a lot of penetration on this one. But what I would like to do, and what I'm going to do, is I'm going to shoot this one more time before we cut it apart and see if I can hit a little over here and blow through those back ribs from the front. Sorry about that. I wish I'd have had a better shot placement on the first time, but while it's still together, I want to do that. And as you can see, we got a really good hit with the Foster slug. Hit right in the middle of the ribs, broke ribs, and nothing came out of the back. So I'm interested in cutting that one open and seeing what happened there. But first, one more shot on this one. Okay, so since we didn't get a pass through with the Remington slug, I feel like we got a really good center hit on that one. I took those water jugs and moved them over behind the other target again because we blew through both water jugs on that first one. So I took the water jugs from the Remington side, moved them over to the Brenneke side, and we're going to hit that target one more time, and hopefully I can hit it where it needs to be. Sorry if I'm getting out of frame here. I just want to get the proper angle. Let's see. All right. Now let's go have a look. All right guys, so I'm going to try to do this in handheld mode. So excuse me for being a little shaky on the camera. But you can see we hit here. This is the Brenneke one. Second shot, we chewed through all those ribs, through all the oranges, the whole bag of oranges, and out the back of the ribs. Broke this one, and again through the first jug of water, complete pass through, and the second jug has our slug in it. Magnum channel will appreciate me just pouring that out there. He hates it when I slowly pour the water out. Right there's our slug. Performed just like it was supposed to do. Stays together. These act a lot like a wad cutter in like a pistol round. They got those sharp shoulders on them. They just cut and tear through the meat. Stay together really good, kind of like a hard cast bullet. Just great performance. That's out of a 410. You know, that's 20 yards, but that's easily a 50-yard deer slug. Not a doubt in my mind. You poke a 41 caliber hole through a white-tailed deer at 50 yards with that. Now, the Foster slug side. Try to hold this camera with my left hand. You can see we tore through the denim there. Broke bones. I see bones broke right here. Broke bones going in. Big energy dump. Busted up oranges. It's hard to do with one hand. There's a piece of lead. Thing about these Foster slugs traveling at that kind of velocity, they do not stay together. I've never had one stay together when I've shot anything with it. So it definitely fragmented. Like I said, there's one chunk. Let's see what else we can find. The back ribs are pretty much intact. So we know our slug is still in here amongst these oranges, or at least fragments of it should be. I'm gonna dig through this and see if I can find what was left of our slug, and then I'll turn the camera back on. Okay guys, so after sifting through all those oranges, I do believe I found most of, if not all of this slug. Remember, it only weighed 1/5 of an ounce to start with, but as you can see, it just fragmented, broke up when it hit, like I expected it to do. I've never shot one of those 410 Foster slugs into anything and not had it break up like that. That's just how they react when they hit something. They're a soft lead. They're got a really deep hollow base and traveling at a very high velocity for a shotgun slug. So they just break up when they hit. That being said, what would I take away from this video? Well, these are fine for coyote-sized game, defending your chicken house against predators. These would be great for that. But if you want to take a deer, I would certainly recommend using the Brennekes. It's just a much better slug for that type of work. We saw it penetrate through 2 sets of pork ribs, a bag of oranges, a water jug, and stopped in the second water jug. And the first time around, of course, it went through 1 set of ribs, a bag of oranges, and both water jugs. So it's going to punch a 41 caliber hole nice and deep where you need it, leave a really nice blood trail. If you know, and I'm sure if you have good shot placement, it's not going to go far anyway. But again, guys, let me be clear. I'm not a big proponent of deer hunting with 410 slugs. I'm not. But I get that question a lot, and I think this along with the other 2 videos that I did on the Remington slugs and the Brenneke slugs, should help answer some of those questions. If I were going to hunt deer with a 410 with slugs, I would use the Brenneke. That's the bottom line. You guys may come to a different conclusion, and that's fine. Let me know in the comments what you think. I do want to say that last weekend when I done that video on these Brenneke slugs, I misworded something. Well, I didn't misword it, I misstated completely. I said that you shouldn't shoot these Brenneke slugs in any choke tighter than an improved cylinder. I got my information from the seller of these slugs, Midway USA. In the description of the slugs themselves, they have it written out, and I'll put it here on the screen to show you that you shouldn't. They actually say that Brenneke says that you shouldn't shoot these in anything tighter than an improved cylinder. Well, a viewer called me out on that, so I went to Brenneke USA's page and went to their frequently asked questions section, and sure enough, they say, and they've got a big paragraph on it. I'll put it on the screen here. But with the exception of a few of their slugs, you can indeed shoot them through any choke. So that's straight from their website. So that's the information I would go with. Now, they do go on to say that you'll probably get best accuracy with an improved cylinder. But getting the best accuracy and not being able to shoot them are 2 different things. So I do want to clear that up. I wish I could go back and fix that on the other video, but you know, part of being on YouTube is once you say something, you're stuck with it. So I'm sure I'll get beat over the head with that. As long as that video's being watched, people are going to beat me over the head about that, but that's all right. That's just the way it is. And of course, Remington puts it right on the side of the box that their slugs may be fired through any choke, so they make it easy for us. I'm going to put these ribs, I'm going to cut those damaged parts out. I'm going to put these ribs on the smoker tonight and have me some ribs for supper. But that's all I got today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll talk at you again soon.